it's Amy. Welcome back to Too Blessed. Today's video, I am participating in a challenge that is being hosted by Danielle over at the channel Danielle's Decor, and also by Janny at Deco Easy. So be sure you check out both of their channels. I will have them linked down in the description box. And there will be a playlist also of everyone who's participating in this challenge, so be sure you check that out. So today's challenge is a gift wrapping challenge, and basically what they wanted us to do is just show how we wrap a gift using wrapping paper, using ribbons, and then some type of embellishment. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to wrap this gift. This is for my husband, and I have placed it in a box so that he won't be able to tell what it is by seeing the shape of it. And so that's one of my first tricks for wrapping gifts is try to have everything inside of a nice symmetrical box. So if you have like an oddly shaped package, if you can, put it in a larger box. That's just going to make it easier to wrap. I have been known to wrap some very oddly shaped items, and I find that really fun, but I know most people find it really frustrating. So if you can do that, of course, it's going to make it easier if you just have a nice square box to start with. If you watched my last video where I talked about like Christmas traditions and things like that, I am one of 8 children, and I'm one of the older children. And so when I was old enough and had my own job, I started buying gifts for everybody else. And I would sometimes go a little overboard buying gifts for everybody else. So I would wrap a lot of gifts every year. I mean, I would probably buy, 5 or 6 gifts for each person times like 9 people. So I was like a professional wrapper there for a while. But what I typically did is, just wrapped things in paper, and then I would use this type of ribbon, which I still have some laying around. Everybody knows this type of ribbon, right? But I would try to do all kinds of fancy things with it. I would put some diagonally across the box, or I would put like a couple of strips across, or, sometimes crisscross it, and just do all kinds of things like that. And then, of course, use your little standard bows, and sometimes I would put a couple bows on one gift. So that's typically my wrapping style, the way that I have wrapped gifts in the past. So I figured since today is a gift wrapping challenge, I thought I would challenge myself a little bit to do something a little fancier. So I'm going to be using some, some real ribbon and some embellishments and things like that. So I'm going to get started by just showing you how I'm going to wrap the actual box. All right, so this is the paper that I have selected. This is a wrapping paper that I've had for years. I bought several rolls of it because at the time I saw it, I just loved it. I think it came from Hobby Lobby originally. I believe so anyway. But I really love the design, especially these little stars here, because they really reminded me of things that I've seen in like Swedish and Norwegian type decorations. And if you saw my last video talking about Christmas traditions, my family is Swedish on my dad's side. And so we still celebrate some of those Swedish things. And so these little stars just really reminded me of that. And then it's got the ornaments and the jingle bells. So I really love this paper. Like I said, I've probably had it for like 10 years, literally. So I'm going to get started wrapping this box. I'm probably going to take the sound out so you don't have to listen to the crinkling of the paper. So I'll be back to show you more once I get this box wrapped. So now the box is wrapped, ready to go. That's another tip that I have. If you are wrapping a lot of gifts and you're going to, embellish them, put ribbons and things on them, the way that I have done it, that I find is really the easiest, is to take all of your packages and wrap them in the paper and then come back and add the embellishments. Now you could put your tags on, or you could take like the box on the bottom and write the person's name on it, so you know, in case you might forget. But that's what I always like to do, is take a big stack of gifts, get them all wrapped in the paper, and then come back and embellish. So we're going to start on the embellishments now. I bought this ribbon the other day at Dollar General, and it was $1. And it's this really pretty red and green plaid with some gold in it. And I actually didn't know what I was going to use it for. I just thought it was really pretty, and I bought like 3 of them. So when I was getting ready to decorate this package, I realized that the reds and the greens and the gold look really pretty with this paper. So we are going to do some ribbon on this. Now what I did is I've already cut one piece, and I kind of wrapped it around sort of roughly. Because what I like to do, if I'm using a fabric ribbon like this, I want to cut it long enough so that we can take it off the package and use it again for something else later. So I'm putting it around this side, and then I'm going to just kind of twist it here on the top. That's not going to show, but it actually does look kind of pretty. But when we get done, that little twist won't really show. And then here on the bottom, I'm going to tape the ends down. And just kind of make sure that your ribbon is fairly centered and straight as you can get it anyway. So I'm going to tape this end down and then overlap a little bit and tape this end down. Now if you want to be really fancy and you don't want all your tape to show, when you're using fabric ribbon like this, you could use like a double stick tape that you could put underneath. I don't have any, so I'm just using good old regular tape here. And in fact, it's not even like the invisible tape, so it's kind of going to show, but this is the bottom. So I'm going to put just a little bit of extra tape here on the ends, just to make sure my ribbon doesn't come loose. So now we've got our package with the ribbon. I'm going to come back in and just kind of straighten everything, make sure it looks good, like that. And then, really, this is pretty simple. You know, it looks a little fancier, but it doesn't really take much effort. So then what I did is I took the ribbon that was left on that roll, and I just tied a little simple bow, and I've got a little wire here on the back, and I'm going to take one of these poinsettias that I got at Dollar Tree, and these ones have the clip on the back. So I'm going to slide. I don't know if you'll be able to see what I'm doing, but I'm sliding the bow behind the clip. So here's the clip, the end that you like squeeze, and I'm just kind of wiring my bow onto that clip. Just, I mean, it's not going to take much to hold that in place. Just enough so it's not going to fall off if I have to move this around or anything. So then I'm going to just take my clip and clip that onto the ribbon that's already on the gift. Now, you could do this a couple different ways. You could put the bow sort of diagonally. You could put it straight on like this. I'm trying to see if I can kind of get it diagonally so you could see. So it would go across like that. Now you could do, obviously, a bow with more loops in it, but really the poinsettia is what's kind of like standing out. So I didn't want to do a big bow and really take away from that. So I think this little simple one works really well. That is my wrapped gift for my husband. I know he's going to love the gift. I don't know that he'll really care how it's wrapped, but I like to make it look pretty. So if you're new to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe and join our family here. But thanks for watching this video, guys, and I will see you in the next one.